Under the fluorescent glow of a Dollar General aisle, the prices printed in bold black ink look harmless enough. But state auditors, consumer protection investigators, and a growing chorus of budget-minded shoppers say those shelf tags often tell only half the story. Over the past 2 years, inspectors in Ohio, North Carolina, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Missouri have documented thousands of discrepancies in which the total rung up at the register exceeds the amount advertised on the shelf by anywhere from a dime to more than $1, item after item. In 8 of 10 stores surveyed during an Ohio sweep last autumn, auditors recorded error rates so consistent that county prosecutors floated the phrase systemic pricing inaccuracy in public filings. Dollar General's corporate office blamed outdated scanning files and staffing shortages, pledged to retrain employees, and quietly paid a slate of fines, but critics argue the pattern remains. The 50-cent can of green beans you thought you were buying can easily become a 65-cent charge on the receipt. That receipt, analysts note, rarely reflects true bargains on national brands in the first place. Field price checks conducted in March compared 40 overlapping SKUs, everything from Kellogg's cereal to Tide Simply Pods, at Dollar General, Walmart Supercenter, and Aldi. The dollar store chain won on only 7 items, tied on 5, and lost on 28, with an average markup of 15%. A single example illustrates the drift. A 10.7-ounce box of Honey Nut Cheerios carried a $5.25 shelf tag at Dollar General the same week it sat at $3.98 on Walmart's breakfast aisle and $3.69 at Aldi. Multiply that pattern across a family grocery list and researchers calculate an extra $40+ a month, bleeding away for a household of 4, money quietly siphoned by the bright yellow storefront, famous for keeping costs low by, among other measures, employing fewer workers per square foot than any chain its size. Dollar General's internal economics depend on lean labor. Corporate filings show roughly 19,000 locations staffed by fewer than 170,000 employees, an average of 8 to 10 names on the payroll roster per store, most of them part-time. Shift schedules obtained from managers in Kentucky and Georgia reveal common operating stretches with just 2 people in the building, occasionally one during mid-afternoon lulls. The solo employee must watch the register, verify ID for tobacco, sales, accept FedEx drop-offs, clean spills, receive deliveries, and, theoretically, check expiry dates in the over-the-counter medicine section. Former associates say the last task is the easiest to postpone and the one corporate audits most frequently flag. In 2023, inspectors in 5 states logged expired Tylenol, infant formula, antacid tablets, and even pregnancy tests, 11%. Of stores visited stocked at least one product past its best buy or use by deadline. At a location outside Dayton, 43 packages of pain reliever carried dates more than 2 years old. Those date lapses matter. The FDA warns that active ingredients in analgesics and antihistamines degrade over time, and though most remain safe, potency can drop well below labeled dosage. When a blister pack of cold medicine is already 40% weaker, the sniffly customer pays full freight for half the relief. Shelf life oversight is a labor issue as much as a safety one. With staffing stretched thin, weekly rotation checks printed in corporate policy binders often become monthly or quarterly afterthoughts. Managers interviewed anonymously describe racing pallets with a box cutter to get merchandise out of the aisle in time for a delivery truck's next stop, leaving no minutes to rifle through aspirin boxes in the tiny medicine bay. The labor frugality that creates sparse aisles also underpins the chain's breathtaking expansion pace. Roughly 3 new stores open every day. Overhead savings on wages translate to rapid capital deployment in rural and urban pockets that major supermarket banners left vacant. In many counties, Dollar General is the only retailer within a 15-mile radius selling pantry staples, OTC drugs, and the occasional gallon of milk. Food policy academics call the phenomenon a dollar store desert bloom, arguing that while the chain increases access to packaged goods, it may simultaneously crowd out full-line grocers who offer produce and fresh meat. Shoppers arrive expecting bargains. In practice, they find convenience, small package sizing, and markups disguised by the $1 ethos. Convenience does produce a handful of authentic steals. Greeting cards seldom top the $1 mark, a relief when the same sentiment costs $4.29 at mainstream pharmacies. Off-brand aluminum foil, sandwich bags, and paper plates routinely undercut Walmart by a third. House-label dish soap at $1.25 per 20 ounces performs on par with major suds and consumer lab grease tests. Party supplies, fleece throws priced at $5, and seasonal decor slashed 70 to 90% the week after a holiday round out the genuine bargain list. Identifying those bright spots requires vigilance and, increasingly, a smartphone. The chain's mobile app represents Dollar General's concession to modern coupon culture. Download, tap digital offers, enter a phone number at checkout. Less than a quarter of customers bother, but those who do access a rotating index of manufacturer e-coupons, store exclusive promotions, and the celebrated 5 off 25 Saturday voucher, a straight 20% cut on baskets tallied that day. Budget bloggers claim disciplined users can carve 30 to 40% off list price by stacking clearance tags, digital coupons, and private Saturday codes. Retail technology analysts liken the system to a casino players' club, data surrendered in exchange for comps, in this case, price relief. The app tracks purchase frequency for everyday staples and quietly funnels insights to headquarters, which then sets localized promotions to move slow-turning inventory before the next semi-truck arrives. Those trucks, scheduled weekly or bi-weekly, depending on volume, unload at stores where space is at a premium. Unlike warehouse giants with generous backrooms, Dollar General backstock areas resemble large closets. Shrink-wrapped pallets clog narrow aisles until an employee can shelve product. Shoppers wandering through mid-delivery often find themselves stepping around yellow totes. Corporate cost savings are clear: less real estate, lower rent. But the trade-off is visible disorder and finite shelf facings. When name-brand companies alter packaging or retire SKUs, they frequently liquidate leftover cases through Dollar Channel. Distributors, the result: surprise sightings of CoverGirl mascara, Clorox wipes, or Lysol multipurpose cleaner at half the supermarket price. Savvy shoppers treat the hunt like thrift store diving. Examine hang tabs, scan barcodes, look for the manufacturer's tiny print that gives away a closeout gem. Price tags themselves help decode clearance cycles. Neon yellow shelf strips scream markdown, often hiding among more subdued white tags. End caps receive orange or red clearance stickers in the final phase. Merchandise managers at some stores receive handheld devices instructing them to slice prices by an additional 50% if stock lingers more than 60 days, yet untrained eyes gloss over such signals. Consumer ethnography filmed by North Carolina State University showed 8 of 10 patrons cruising past these end caps without slowing, laser-focused on their habitual snack aisle route. Habits become costly, especially at the battery rack. Dollar store alkaline cells emerge from second-tier factories, possess thinner steel jackets, and lose charge faster than Duracell or Energizer. Independent bench tests recorded capacity roughly 45% lower than premium cells. At $2 for a 4-pack, they look cheap. Run them in a child's electronic toy, and you'll replace them twice as often, erasing savings and risking corrosive leakage. Similarly, $3 wired earbuds hang in blister packs beside the checkout queue, but teardown reviews reveal fragile solder joints and sub-tablet speakers. Most fail within a fortnight, creating e-waste and prompting another purchase. The loop mimics the razor and blade model, but without the quality baseline. Shoppers can tilt the calculus back in their favor with a triad of best practices. First, make the phone your price gun. Apps such as ShopSavvy or Walmart's built-in scan tool let you confirm unit price in real time. Second, treat every consumable as suspect until its date stamp is verified, reaching behind front row's wearer, fresher stock hides. Third, plan visits immediately after truck delivery. Managers often volunteer the schedule to access fully stocked shelves before staff are pulled away to ring up afternoon crowds. Even with those defenses, longer waits at the single open register remain inevitable. The staffing model, hailed by shareholders for protecting margins, has led to OSHA citations over blocked fire exits, unattended spills, and cluttered receiving zones as one overworked associate chooses between mopping and cashiering. Customer frustration sometimes bubbles into viral videos. A 10-person line snaking past half-empty coolers while the solitary worker apologizes for the delay. Dollar General's average customer service scores rank near the bottom of national retail surveys, yet the company continues posting record same-store sales. Price convenience, it seems, outweighs hassle, especially in rural hamlets where the nearest full-service supermarket is 20 miles away. Local governments have begun pushing back. Several city councils now require conditional use permits before new dollar format stores open, citing concerns over food desert perpetuation and public safety. In Memphis, council members placed Base B moratorium on additional locations after crime statistics showed disproportionate robbery incidents at dollar chains blamed partly on minimal staff presence. Dollar General counters that it provides affordable essentials and jobs in underserved areas. Community activists retort that jobs paying barely above minimum wage and relying on part-time scheduling perpetuate economic fragility. Meanwhile, inflation-pinched consumers keep voting with their feet. Foot traffic analytics confirm that, despite bad press, visitation rose 3% year over year. The chain's allure, quick in-and-out stops, no annual membership, and the psychological magnetism of the word dollar on the fascia remains potent. Whether those trips translate to genuine savings depends on each shopper's vigilance. Reading unit prices, wielding digital coupons, inspecting dates, and resisting impulse bins stacked with novelty items that seem cheap but bleed budgets in aggregate. Inside the cramped aisle, an orange clearance sticker winks beneath a thin layer of shelf dust. A $14 bottle of brand-name disinfectant priced to move at $4.50. 2 feet away, the same shelf hosts a value 6-pack of batteries that will die before the television remote's next season of binge-watching. Dollar General is a paradox. In fluorescent lighting, part trap, part treasure. The shopper who understands the gears turning behind the shelving becomes something rarer than any discontinued makeup score. A customer who exits with both bargains and budget intact, leaving the pricing games and the expired aspirin behind for someone else to discover.